Hello everyone and welcome back to the Anime Villainous Tournament Arc of 2025. We are fast approaching the end of round one here, and for today's game, we're finally going to be looking at the bottom right of the bracket over there. It is going to be Cole versus Rat Noise. Cole has been in the community for quite a while, and Rat Noise is completely new and managed to make it through qualifiers. So, very excited to see how this game goes, see how Rat Noise plays. I have no idea I've never seen him play before. I don't know what villains he picks. I don't know what he goes for and all. I know that Cole is typically into, Isabella and Queen Beryl. Right, I was thinking, like, Cole is the one who's known for something. It's Queen Beryl. Queen Beryl, I know he plays some Isabella, so very interested to see what matchups we get in this game. Let's get right on into it. Okay, here we go with the sixth game of round one in Tournament Arc 2025. We're going to see the dice roll, and it will be Cole who wins the dice roll. We have Cole versus Rat Noise here. Rat Noise's name in Steam is a Tigaris World Eater, so that is Rat Noise, and then Cole, of course, is Cole. And since Cole won the... Am I recording? I am recording. Okay, good. Since Cole won the toss, he will get to ban first, and then we will see Rat Noise ban after that. So, I think I mentioned it in the bracket video, but Rat Noise, very new to the community. I'm not sure what villains he plays, so I don't know if Cole knows either, so there's no telling what this ban is about to be. It is going to be Griffith, so Cole will be banning Griffith, and then we will see Rat Noise. Rat Noise is such a fun thing to say. I'm going to be saying it so much over the next, like, hour or two. But now we will see Rat Noise ban in return, which will be Isabella. So no Griffith, no Isabella. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Isabella has been doing pretty well in the tournament thus far, and I think people are getting a lot of Isabella wins in qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. Griffith, I don't know how much we've seen of Griffith. I think we've just seen that one game in the main tournament, at least, that Butter played of Griffith, which went horribly wrong for him. That was, his Fate deck had it out for him in that one. Now, what are we going to see into this blind pick? Again, Rat Noise is new to the community and has just jumped right into competitive and done quite well at it, getting into the top 16 out the gate, which is very impressive. So I have not seen Rat Noise play at all. I have no idea like what villain to expect from them. Cole does play a bit of Isabella from what I remember. I'm trying to think. I think I've played against Cole once or twice a while back, but I just can't recall because I haven't played against them much. I do know that they play some Isabella. They might play some Orochi? No, they hate Orochi. I have it backwards. I think that Cole hates playing against Orochi and so doesn't play Orochi. We're going to see Yaldabaoth versus Diaboromon. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Yaldabaoth is quite slow with his objective. It takes quite a while to get all set up and then get going. So I would think that Diaboromon would have a little bit of an advantage because Diaboromon is very inevitable by the time he gets to the end. I don't know if you can hear any of that thunder. I got a lot of thunder in my area, so sorry if you hear it. Hopefully my power doesn't cut. But both of my dog and my sister's dog are in my room right now. Like, please stop the thunder. But very interested to see how this goes. I worry that Yaldabaoth might have some trouble, especially going second, getting set up and going before Diaboromon can get to, like, Infamon. And the Infamon phase, Caramon to Infamon especially, is when Diaboromon is at his weakest. So my hunch here is that Rat Noise is going to need to work pretty quickly if he can to get to where he needs to be by the time Diaboromon hits that phase. And we are going to see a no-hero Fate out the gate, and Ravensburger restored out immediately, which is very good for, yeah, it's not, I was about to say, it's not how wildcard works, but, very, very good for Rat Noise, not only to be able to get a Prison of Regression turn here to do the gain 2 Fate discard, but also, seeing Ravensburger restored out early. That Ravensburger restored in Sinful Shell, it's very good for Yaldabaoth when they pass immediately at the start of the game. We're going to see a little bit of discarding from Cole and then throwing down Countdown. Countdown quite likely to trigger on Yaldabaoth when he takes some later Palace turns, but with his fusing ability and Mementos in Prison being so good, he doesn't go many turns without gaining power. We're going to see him throw down a Meet with Ruin, and then we're going to get Metal Garurumon and Kabuterimon. He's probably going to want to throw one of them, probably Metal Garurumon, on top of Tokyo Bay to go ahead and start trying to lock down that location. Really wants to lock down Diaboromon's ability to use the Top Fate or to try and contest the Top Fate with whatever it is I'm thinking of, with Cable Crusher early. We're going to see a very good discard, getting rid of 2 imposters and getting one of the allies in the discard ready to go. Cole is not happy at the no hero fate, but he's thinking twice about it. Going to apartments instead. He knows that he's going to get Joker on the Fate. He wants Joker at Prison of Regression. It's impossible for Ratnoise to go to Prison of Regression, so he doesn't, need to Fate immediately, but it looks like he is going to anyway. It's still fine to go ahead and get Joker out and in play, and then can just go to apartments next turn. Doesn't have the power to go do a Cable Crusher to get the top Fate. Now, I'm interested in if Ratnoise... I'm seeing Cole think a little bit. I'm interested in if Ratnoise will go to Mementos here to start getting power faster, maybe try and go to Palaces. Normally, I say that you need to be going to Mementos and, going through your deck faster with Yaldabaoth, every turn if you can. However, a Palace turns early to try and double cover up this Tokyo Bay, or even get someone in apartments and get Meet with Runa trigger wouldn't be bad. We are going to see him go to Mementos though, which is fair because he doesn't want to trigger Countdown on Control Orb, get the cheap Control Orb out for Cole at the moment. Going to see Cole head over to apartments in game 3, do some discarding. Oh, and he's spending a lot of power, throwing out a premium and a special. Okay, so once again, not set up to be able to go to Tokyo Bay and uncover it, which means that that Ratnoise doesn't have to worry too much about that, but getting a lot of early setup going here for sure. And this is where we're going to see the Palace's turn. Ooh, Akechi into Joker. Can't get the kill, though, because Akechi is 1 short due to Joker's ability, but definitely setting up to do an early Joker kill. See people do this a lot. Deletion and Brave Resolve, honestly, I'd probably slap Kabuterimon down on the internet early, take away that gain 1, also kind of force the Meet with Ruin. You are going to be giving Cole the countdown hit here. It's almost like he can hear me. I feel like that happens so much where I'm probably going to do this, I guess that means I'm good at commentating these games? Is that what that means? Not going to be gaining power here, unfortunately, which is going to trigger the countdown, and unless Cole, unfortunately, pulled out, happened to draw a Control Orb, we will see the cheap Control Orb get here, which is what Diaboromon likes to see the most. Now, taking away the power gain at Internet early, and also Kabuterimon being there in general for later, is very good for Ratnoise. We see that Cole won't be able to gain any power here, and then we're going to see Wild Card and All-Out Attack. Well, basically just put a -1 on Akechi. There's not much else to do there. That does mean that there have to be 2 allies here now to be able to get that Akechi kill on Joker. And Meet with Ruin does trigger for Ratnoise. I can see Ratnoise picking up Compendium here, going to Mementos, throwing it down, gaining power, and discarding. Could also see just going to Prison of Regression, gaining that 2 power. Oh, and we're not quite done with Cole yet, my bad. And then he's going to shuffle in Armageddon to get more draw, wanting to get to Sumemon as fast as he can. He can do a Control Orb discard if he wants to. And he's going to throw out another countdown, wanting to get that other premium data with it, or maybe even a special data. Back over to Ratnoise. Mementos or Prison this turn? It wouldn't be bad to get another Fade off on Cole and cover up apartments, especially when he's so low on power. And it looks like that is what Ratnoise is going to do. Go to Prison and pull 2. Gonna get Omnimon. No target for Omnimon, but going ahead and throwing Omnimon down in apartments will be quite good. Or he could go ahead and double stack Tokyo Bay. Double stacking Tokyo Bay isn't bad to make sure the Cable Crushers can't go off. I don't think we've seen any Cable Crushers from Cole yet. Although, honestly, I think in this board state with no power, I probably would have covered the apartments just to slow down Diaboromon. Because, as I said earlier, Diaboromon also has a long objective, but I think Yaldabaoth's typically is just a little bit longer than Diaboromon's. So what Ratnoise has to do here, and we're going to see a Digivolution play to pull out Sumemon and play it. What Ratnoise has to do here is Ratnoise has to get the lead on Diaboromon and be able to take those strong Velvet Room turns and start moving allies along in that Infirmon, Caramon phase when Diaboromon is at his weakest and has a hard time top fading. Probably going to see a Mementos turn here. A Velvet Room turn. Must have a lot of playable cards in hand. Must not want to discard. Going to see Compendium come out. Playing Compendium to somewhere other than the Velvet Room. Cringe, as the kids say. I play everything to the Velvet Room. Getting Chair and Compendium out. And then activating Compendium to get out Abarion and Cerberus. Oh, that will get the Joker kill here with the two of them into Akechi if that's what he wants to do. He is going to trigger Countdown doing this because he's not going to get power. But this is enough. Using Cerberus and Abarion, they're both 1, and Akechi is 3. Akechi will lose 1 strength. Joker will die. Getting Joker out of here is pretty good. Opens back up the Prison of Regression. There's probably going to be another hero going on there. Lickety Split. Lickety Split? Lickety Split? How long has it been since I said that? And that's going to trigger Countdown, which is presumably going to be a premium or special data. Premium if it's in the deck, special otherwise, we assume. And it is going to be a special, so I imagine Cole has the other premium data in hand. That's how Countdown works. No, special data has to go to your location. There we go. All right, and what are we going to see Cole do now? Get some plays at Military Network or go to Internet? Definitely wants to go to Internet here, cover back up Prison of Regression. The problem is most heroes, I think any hero you get here actually, other than Queen, will get killed from palaces. Yeah, so this is probably going to be... It's going to be unfortunate if he doesn't have a card to play, but this would not be a bad palaces turn because Tokyo Bay is locked down. Get a little more fate pressure in. Get rid of Mona. Oh, you know what? Queen or Panther would have been fine, because Panther would have put Akechi down to 1 strength. It's going to be a little rough going to Palaces without any plays to do, because, again, Ratnoise does need to go a little quick here. However, at the same time, getting a Fate to potentially cover Apartments, take away that double play, and, also open up Prison of Regression to go to Prison next turn would be quite good. But it looks like he is just going to go straight to Prison, gain 2. He can still on his next turn go to Palaces, and now will be able to play something and then kill the cat to force another Fate to go there. Angelomon isn't too bad here. You want to have Angelomon out so that you can get some Destined Bonds going during the Infirmon phase. Yeah, and just spread all those out. Put the important items at Kabuterimon, move the basic datas. Just away in general. And then we're back over to Cole's turn, who's going to head over to Apartments, and did get Caramon, so there's going to be the Caramon play, and is now set up to start getting data. Are we going to see Control Orb to move that premium data over? I would expect so. Moving the basic data instead of moving the premium into Military Network. Interesting. Could have had a very strong Military Network turn. Still can go eat a special data. Also, strangely, you wouldn't get at least that basic data in position to eat a Kabuterimon. And we're not going to see a Palaces here, which is interesting. Ratnoise is actually going to go straight over to Velvet Room. Velvet Room with only 2 power, not a whole lot to do. But it looks like we're going to see an Activate to play out Obarion and maybe Cerberus? Just Obarion? Oh, played Agathion from hand as well. So that's the 2 power, Agathion and Obarion. This is going to be a fuse, which is going to get, it's going to be Shido. It's going to be 1 strength on Shido because of Agathion and 1 power from Justine. And then presumably have another card to play. Playing a Chaotic Ambition, perhaps. Seems that way. I'm not too sure about throwing out Shido immediately here because Panther has not come yet. I think it probably would have been a bit better to try and get some more power at Mementos in Prison and maybe do the Palaces kill on Mona. Get a little more fate pressure and try and stop a strong Military Network. He went to Military Network this turn. I wonder why he didn't move the premium data over. We're going to see him eat the basic data and put that back, put a multiplication back in deck because he wants to be able to multiply back out the basic data. Makes a lot of sense. Big power gain here. And then we're going to see a multiplication he already had in hand immediately to throw the basic data back out for 1 cost. And then throwing out another special data. This is quite a strong Diaboromon game going right now. And then we're going to see a discard of a mass clone to move over special data. Move over the premium. Yeah, there we go. It's a shame he didn't do that in the first place. He would be at an extra 3 power right now. But it's set up there now, assuming he doesn't get hit by anything. We're going to see the Shido move and then the cat kill on this turn. Getting a Akechi to only 2 strength now. Honestly, I'd delete the premium data. Imperial Dramon is also good here, but I probably would have deleted the premium data. And knowing that Paladin mode is going to come out any second now, that is going to be the end of Ratnoise's turn. The 2 power loss is still good. Honestly, if Cole wants to go to apartments to do that special data and just really ramp up speed, it wouldn't be too bad. It isn't great leaving Prison of Regression open, though. So we are going to see him go to Internet. He's going to use the special data. All it's going to do is get him power gain. Won't be able to use the ability because of Kabuterimon. And then Fox and life will change. So yeah, just going to throw down Fox. That's not how Fox works. It's got to be same location. Could move Akechi, could leave Akechi there. I would probably move Akechi. Yeah. Thinking twice about it. He's going to end up moving Akechi over to Mementos. No reason not to, really. If he wants to use Akechi plus an ally to kill Fox now, he has to use a move on Akechi, which Ratnoise doesn't really want to do. Now, this is still anyone's game for sure. The problem for Yaldabaoth is that he's a little light on power. He's going to want to really rack up some power quick here if he can. And I think he still only has about 3 1-cost allies in here. He is going to get Shido in, but with, I know we have, I think, 1 all-out attack, and we definitely still have Panther in the Fate deck. He's actually going to move Akechi in. Okay. To potentially set up killing Fox easily, and then discarding a bunch of Palace Rulers that aren't going to do much right now. What card play are we going to see? Honestly, spending 3 on Rays here wouldn't be too bad. If he has Rays, I might spend all 3 on Rays and move Shido instead of Akechi, but it looks like he's actually just going to hold his power and not play anything. We are going to see Diaboromon get the very strong premium data here, so that's a total of 8 power gained because Military Network is still open. Yeah, I think that the deletion on the premium data probably would have gone a bit better, but we're going to see a multiplication. Spending 2 on it for a special data. Might have that last basic in hand. Or the basic isn't in discard, so he just wants to draw and play it if it's in these last 2 cards. Get rid of those, and he still has 1 more card play. Do we have another data of some kind to throw down? This has been a very smooth Diaboromon game. And Cole's checking his discard. I know that he's got Paladin mode coming up. Angemon we haven't seen. I think there might be another Destined Bond. Or a Brave Resolve. We are going to see a Mass Clones thrown down. And then a discard on Armageddon to move the Mass Clones where he wants it to be. He's set up to discard Infamon, if only he was Infamon. Now, what are we going to see from Ratnoise here? Yeah, Cole definitely has Infamon in hand because he's gone through his deck. Just going to go to Prison, gain 2, stockpile some more power, and go for a Fate. Oh, we still had Data Overload coming up. So that's definitely going to be a Data Overload to Tokyo Bay here. I think is by far the best play. Checking to see about Brave Resolving something. I'm not even sure there's anyone in there to Brave Resolve. I think War Greymon and Angemon are both in here, and they're the last 2 heroes. I believe. We are going to see the Data Overload over to Tokyo Bay. That'll delay Cole getting into Infamon for at least 1 more turn. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where they put Data Overload. And that will be Ratnoise's turn. So Cole at Tokyo Bay, not able to use Karamon's ability. Probably just going to see some discarding of any undesirable cards and then maybe playing a card. The thing is that Cole wants to be able to... Oh, throwing down another premium data. That's going to be quite strong. Not one too many cards. Only got one card play at Tokyo Bay. Discarding Cable Crusher. This is not a Cable Crusher kind of game. Yeah, and I don't think that Cole is going to do much else here. I think that this works out pretty nicely for him. It's definitely looking like he's in a strong position here. We could see Rat Noise go to Palaces, throw out a 1-cost ally to Akechi and kill Fox, and then move Shido in. Well, he's going to go to Velvet Room, actually. Does he have a big turn to play here? He might have a Palace Ruler in hand that he wants to get out. He does need to rush here a little bit because Cole will certainly be hitting Infamon on his turn. All he has to do is go to Military Network with that premium data. It's very guaranteed. I'm not too sure about letting Cole get away with that premium data, to be honest. Well, I don't think the Fate is super likely to get rid of it. I can't remember what's in here. I guess you would be wanting I think it's Destined Bond Wargreymon and Angemon, so I guess you'd probably... Oh, no, Paladin mode is in here. I think it's Paladin mode. Yeah, you'd be wanting Paladin mode just to move Imperial Dramon 2 military and take away 2 power would be the aim. So we're going to see Rat Noise throw out Cerberus, Agathion, and Abarion. A little surprised that he's not getting the Fox kill here by putting Cerberus at Akechi. Oh, he's going to fuse Agathion. Oh, is this going to be Okumura? Is he foregoing trying to get rid of Fox? Yeah, foregoing trying to get rid of Fox just to boost here. The fact that he doesn't have Caroline out is very unfortunate for him right now. He's going to get the 1 strength from Agathion and the 1 power from Justine, and then Okumura will get an extra strength for killing Abarion. We're going to see a Chaotic Ambition move Okumura into Cerberus, which will get him up to 8 strength. Yeah, Rat Noise is making some good progress, but knowing that one of these next 3 Fates is going to have Panther, I worry that he's going to be able to go quick enough here. I think Cole's probably debating right now if he wants to Fate, actually, but honestly, I would still go to Military Network here and get into Infamon ASAP. Because the main thing that he wants to do here is outrace the Yaldabaoth. And if he just focuses on progress instead, then I think he can definitely outpace him right now. Although there is a possibility that a very late game Panther, maybe Rat Noise could do something here, but with the Infamon is actually already set up to get discarded. Ooh, I think this is guaranteed too, because I think this is Angemon, Wargreymon, and Paladin mode. Yeah, I think not going for that Fate last turn might have sealed Rat Noise's fate, because he cannot stop Cole, if I'm not mistaken. He cannot stop Cole from immediately... Oh, doing a Catastrophe to kill Kabuterimon here. I respect it. But, unless I am misremembering, I don't think that there's a Fate here that can stop him from entering Diaboromon. Like, he's going to get out of Infamon immediately, which is very strong. We're going to see Rat Noise continue to move over Shido and Okumura. Yeah, and there's the Paladin mode. That Paladin mode would have made a pretty big difference last turn. Now all it's going to do is it's not even going to get any power loss, and you don't want to move Imperial Dramon off of Internet because it's stopping Cole from getting a power while going there. That's where schemes go. There, you'll put the challenge over there. So, Imperial Dramon's ability does trigger again, but, Cole has no power. I think that's just a little bit of mistimed fading, unfortunately, for Rat Noise. Gonna get Pixie out. Noir and Skull are both still in the Fate deck, so no matter where you put Pixie, she's in danger. It's not over until it's over, but this has been a very smooth Diaboromon game for Cole. And the fact that Rat Noise is only at 1 power and is still short an entire Palace Ruler with Panther lined up in the Fate deck, it's not looking too great, but anything could happen. We are going to see Cole just go straight over to Apartments, wants to punch Angelwomon and gain some power. I assume if there's a Catastrophe Cannon in here, probably going to Catastrophe Metal Garurumon, or could be doing basic data to Digivolve to get Armageddonmon in hand. It will be a Catastrophe Cannon, and then using the basic data to put it right back in. Indeed, that will get rid of Metal Garurumon, and then he can just clash with Angelwomon normally. When throwing out an extra basic data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 items in play. That's very strong going into Armageddonmon. And if he has Armageddonmon or Digivolution in hand, he can go to Military Network and play it next turn. We're going to see Rat Noise move Shido in and go get 3 power at Mementos. Getting Nagaraja out. Are we going to see a fusion here? We are not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Palace Ruler could really make the difference here. This is interesting. Cole is going to go to Tokyo Bay and open it up with a Cable Crusher. Okay, yeah, I could see. I think that Cole was right to try and put Omnimon at Apartments, to be honest. Could have gone to Apartments, gained 3, played Armageddonmon potentially, if he drew into it, and then clashed Omnimon. But also just uncovering his territory in general is fine, too. And then we're going to see a Fate. And there is Panther. Yeah, Panther on Okumura or Shido. I would probably do it on Okumura, to be honest, just to cover Mementos. But hitting Shido as well is pretty good. That's going to require a Gallows to fix. I think there might still be an all-out attack in here. If there's not an all-out attack in here, then Rat Noise has a chance. If there's still an all-out attack, I mean, even if there wasn't an all-out attack, I'm going to be honest, it's not looking too hot. Because Diaboromon can very easily wrap up what he has left to do. I think definitely no matter what, Rat Noise has to go to one of his 2 Fate locations here. I'm not sure what's in his hand, though, if he wants to go to Palaces to be able to play something, or he's going to go to Velvet Room. I know that fading Diaboromon at this point won't do a ton, but getting War Greymon or Metal Garurumon out to mess with some ordering would probably be helpful. But, you know, I don't know what Rat Noise's hand is. Rat Noise might have something going on that he can do a lot of fusing to maybe get, because he does have Nagaraja, he has Pixie to gain some extra power, Justine to get some power. Really a shame that he couldn't get Caroline out. An extra +1 on Shido and Okumura would have made a huge difference here. Alright, surely if he went to the Velvet Room, he has a fusion, right? I don't know who it's going to be. We're going to see Cerberus just kill Panther, sure. Doesn't matter too much because Joker and Wildcard aren't really an issue right now. We're going to see the Abiran put in a Chaotic Ambition to try and get more movement. This has been a pretty smooth Yaldabaoth game despite the lack of the big swingy Velvet Room turns. Rat Noise has been taking some more conservative turns at the Velvet Room while only having like 3 or 4 power, which isn't nothing. We are gonna see Kanashiro here. Gain 2 from Justine and Caroline, or Justine and Pixie, I mean, and then immediately put it into Kanashiro. And then does he have another fusion to do Nagaraja's ability? He does not. You're gonna see Armageddonmon played here. Honestly, you could Armageddonmon. We're going to see a Digivolution to grab Armageddonmon. You could honestly do an item kill on Omnimon here. I think that this is War Greymon. So you'd just be risking the top deck Omnimon, which wouldn't even be that bad. Yeah, I could see just playing out Armageddonmon and then blowing up Omnimon, and then if you have a single item in hand, or you could discard to try and draw into an item and threaten game. The other option is also just drawing into a Catastrophe Cannon. If Cole draws into a Catastrophe Cannon, then Cole has game on board, go to Military, Catastrophe Omnimon, blow up Imperial Dramon. Gonna get a mass clone. Oh, he's also threatening mass clones. Move that one over. Play one more. Military network. Yeah, very set up. Rat Noise absolutely has to fade here. He's gonna get War Greymon and then a deletion. That's got to be a War Greymon play. Probably just throw him on Tokyo Bay. You don't want to put him at military network because then he can move. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah, you want War Greymon to be away from those mass clones. This setup, I think, should stop Cole from being able to win on his turn. We're going to see Okumura moved into position. Still has to move Kaneshiro 3 times, get one more strength on him. And also, you got to play Suki all the way. You can't play Suki wherever you want when you use your ability. You have to play to Velvet Room. Yeah. That is going to trigger Nagaraja and Justine, and I don't remember what the other one was. I think it was a Baryon, so nothing happens. Got to get 2 more moves on Kaneshiro, and you have to play Gallows. I just realized Gallows isn't even out. You have to play Gallows and get the Gallows activate on Shido. Well, there's the Gallows. I don't think that Rat Noise is going to be able to get these 2. This is interesting. You're going to just go and punch War Greymon? Yeah, well, I mean, that's game on board, so yeah. Rat Noise has to go to prison here, unfortunately. Has to go to prison here and get Metal Garurumon or a Brave Resolve. It's pretty decent odds. Could also potentially, doing a Destined Bond to move Omnimon over to Tokyo Bay and kill Mass Clone might work if Cole did not draw whatever card it is I'm thinking of. If Cole did not draw, Catastrophe Cannon. Is going to go to prison, knows that he has to fate this turn. It's going to be Anduamon and Destined Bonds. I don't know which play is better here, to be honest. Anduamon there to move the mass clones away from Omnimon. Yeah, that probably is the best option, to be honest. Outside of playing a mass clones into Anduamon, it's not going to get a kill. Cole could win here if he has Catastrophe and a clone in hand. Otherwise, it's probably going to take him one more turn. Probably just do, if he doesn't have Catastrophe plus Clone or Multiplication in hand, he probably goes to Internet, punches Omnimon the old-fashioned way. This is very interesting. Apartments. What are you doing at Apartments here? Does he need to discard that badly? Maybe? He has Multiplication. Discarding Premium with Control Orb to get a move. And then he does have another Mass Clones in hand. He must not have drawn the Catastrophe to be able to cinch the game. Discarding a Multiplication. I'm pretty sure he had one in the deck, so this is guaranteed to draw it. So he has game on board, for sure. So once again, Rat Noise, he's going to go to Mementos. Unless he can somehow win this turn, this is going to be game. And I don't think there's any way he can get Shido the strength he needs. He needs to go to Palaces, move Kaneshiro to get him closer. He's going to move Kaneshiro here and get him up to 8, and then it doesn't matter if he gains his 3 first or not, so he ends up with 3 power here. He is going to get mighty close. All he's going to be lacking is the, because I think he has a Chaotic Ambition, or he's probably about to draw one. He does have Chaotic. So he's got 2... Oh, he's going to move Shido back to get Shido back to full. He could have had 2 8 and a 7 here and threaten. Honestly, I think that just moving Kaneshiro in would have been better here, because Shido, like, you basically have to Gallows to fix the situation. But unfortunately, this is going to be game for Cole. Unfortunately for Rat Noise, good for Cole. He's going to Catastrophe Anduamon, move over the Mass Clone, vanquish an Omnimon, and then... Oh, he still hasn't even played Armageddon. I didn't realize he still had to do the Armageddon play, so he couldn't have won that last turn. I thought he had already played the Armageddon. But then he'll play Armageddon into the KO. Well played, well played. I really thought that he had played Armageddon when he digivolved him earlier. I just psyoped myself into thinking Armageddon was already out. So that last turn where I said if he had the cannon he could have won, he actually couldn't, because he needed one more play for Armageddon, because I had convinced myself he had already played it. But still was able to very easily set up the the game there. So that will be it. Well done from Ratnoise. Got a very well-controlled Yaldabaoth territory. Those conservative Velvet Room turns were working out pretty well for him. Unfortunately, I think with the with an all-out attack still being in here that could have hit on Okumura and Shido, that I think it was pretty stacked against him either way, but still a close game regardless. He's got 8 strength right here. He's just got to get 2 moves, which just requires like Palaces and a Chaotic Ambition, or Palaces and like a Kopatengu or Nagaraja. I don't think we had seen Kopatengu yet, so that was quite likely to be an option. He very potentially could have gotten into Showdown and won in another turn or two. But with where Armageddon was, or where Diaboromon was, I think it would have been very hard to get that with Armageddon also getting some more fates on. But still, quite a good game. Very good game to start with. So now, Ratnoise will be going first, which means that he gets to ban first. Wait a minute, let me see this. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that I got a DM from the judges and all, but it was actually just from my from one of my friends. All right, what are we gonna see here? Who is Ratnoise going to ban? I could see him just banning Diaboromon after that game. Cole can play Diaboromon quite well, as seen by that. But also, if he bans Diaboromon, that means he probably has to play against Isabella, and Isabella is very difficult to do well against. We're actually going to see Ratnoise ban Griffith. Was he the one who banned Griffith in round 1? I thought he banned Isabella. So now he's the one banning Griffith. I guess they agreed to take turns banning Griffith? And then Cole is thinking, oh my goodness, I just had a small heart attack. I looked over at my recording software, and I was like, I saw like my YouTube chat moving, and I was like, what? Did I accidentally hit stream instead of record? And it's because there's a, it's because one of the, Larkin Docks tournament art game round 3 is premiering right now, and it's people talking about that video. Oh, dude, that freaked me out. I was like, what the heck? Did I accidentally hit go live? Anyways, we're going to see a Satella ban from Cole, and then he's just going to pick Diaboromon again, which means Ratnoise gets to counterpick into Diaboromon, and Ratnoise will play Yaldabaoth again, so we're going to run it back, except this time Yaldabaoth gets to go first. That game was pretty close, all things considered. Again, I do think that with how the Fate deck was set up and how Armageddon's territory was, especially because Cole could have been way more aggressive in that endgame if he wanted to. He had more than enough items to, and we saw him like discard a multiplication. He had enough items where he could have just used, like, played Armageddon earlier and used Armageddon's ability to just knock out Omnimon. And then that probably would have won him the game a turn or two earlier, I think. But he played conservatively, which was fair. He played it safe and decided to take his time with it instead to make sure that any catastrophic Fate deck ordering didn't happen to him. But, very interested to see how this goes, because Ratnoise did play a good Yaldabaoth. And now that he gets to go first, we are going to see Cole take the mulligan here, probably because his starting hand didn't have Digivolution or Sumamon. If you don't have those two in your starting Diaboromon hand, you may as well go ahead and mulligan it. So, Ratnoise is going to get... last time Ratnoise did get an uncontested Prison of Regression turn, because the first Fate didn't pull a hero. And he's going to get that again. But getting to go first here will make a big difference. Stop, potentially... Ooh. Unfortunate not to pull one of the heroes on the first Fate there, because that means that Diaboromon will get to take that turn 1 Tokyo Bay turn. An instant Holy Grail is very intriguing. I respect it. As long as Mona doesn't show up, that's not too bad. We're going to see him discard Gallows here, which I find quite interesting. So Diaboromon is still going to get that Tokyo Bay turn and go for a Fate. Going to get Panther. And again, Lavenza Restored. Did get a hero this time, though, and is just going to go for covering Palaces. Honestly, that's probably the best place for her right now, because Holy Grail means that Ratnoise, I forgot his name for a second, means that Ratnoise can clash with Panther. We are going to see a turn 1 Digivolution, so this is a, once again, quite a strong Diaboromon start for Cole. Probably even stronger than his last game, to be honest. getting that turn 1 Digivolution into Sumemon. Now, Rat Noise is going to get a power from Holy Grail here and then presumably go to Mementos. Cerberus would be pretty nice here to just get rid of Panther immediately. Gonna throw out the Compendium. Good to get it early. And then just doing some more discarding. The Yaldabaoth way. Cole is probably going to go to Internet on his turn to try and cover Prison. It would be quite... Oh, no, he's going to go to Apartments, actually. Did my Discord notification just go off? I'm in streamer mode. Or I should be, at least. I'm going to close that so that that doesn't happen again. I don't know. It's so weird. My streamer mode worked earlier today. Sorry, I should be commentating. I'm not going to talk about this. We're going to see Cole go to Apartments and play out Countdown. Or not play out Countdown, changing his mind. Sometimes, for some reason, with my new, I'm using normal OBS now instead of I used to use Streamlabs all the time. For some reason, normal OBS just doesn't turn on streamer mode sometimes. It's very frustrating. So we're going to see a basic data and just the basic data thrown out, really. So then that is going to give another Prison of Regression turn for a Rat Noise, who's going to get War Greymon onto Tokyo Bay and throw out a Meet with Ruin. So either Tokyo Bay will not be opened by Cable Crusher, which means, you know, that strong location won't be available to Cole, or if Cole goes there to use Cable Crusher, which he's not going to, it would trigger Meet with Ruin. So we're going to see another Fate that's going to be Joker and Wildcard, get Joker into position at Prison of Regression. This is going to lead to more power gain for Rat Noise. So we're going to see a very different, and then another basic data thrown out by Cole. We're going to see a very different style of Rat Noise game this time, because this time Rat Noise is going to have a lot of power. Interesting, he's going to Palaces here to clash Panther. Getting Panther out of there isn't bad, but just a turn of clashing and nothing else. I guess gaining 2 power. It's not great. Not great to do so little on a Yaldabaoth turn. We're going to see a lot of plays and discards from Cole as he just sets up for the Caramon phase as he looks for Caramon. And then, very interesting, Rat Noise is going to take his Velvet Room turn now. Getting out Electric Chair. Throwing out a Raise of Control to try and hit Joker. That is most likely going to fail because Cole can very easily go to Internet. Getting Nagaraj out. Can't help but wonder if it might have been better to keep in the cup, go to Palaces, and try and do like a Fate to get data overload and then play like the guaranteed raise. So Oracle Pull, not another hero, which is what I was expecting to see, but Oracle Pull means that this raise will just give Joker a -1. It's actually not the worst ever because it means this Imposter was still triggered decently on someone else. And we're going to see Cole just hard play out Control Orb this time. He's definitely got the power for it. That'll be his turn. Back on over to Rat Noise. So the Raise of Control will hit Joker. That'll get rid of Oracle instead. And then put the -1 on Joker from the Raise. And this turn we're going to see a move to Palaces. Going to get a Fade off. Yeah, Kabuterimon and Internet is always pretty strong. We might see Cole uncover Tokyo Bay with a Cable Crusher, but honestly, again, Yaldabaoth is similar to Queen Beryl. Queen Beryl and Yaldabaoth, I would say, are 2 of the slowest characters in the game. It takes them a long while to do stuff. Their objectives, as we saw last game where Rat Noise came close, where he had all the H-strengthers he needed, but 2 of them still needed move actions, and there was the potential of an all-out attack, setting him back even further. Yaldabaoth typically takes just a little bit longer than Diaboromon does, so Cole, I don't think Cole wouldn't mind. Ooh, we're going to see Kanashiro here with a Pixie and Nagaraja, so that's going to allow a double strength gain on him from his ability. Get him straight up to 7, not too shabby. Getting that first Palace Ruler on the move. But honestly, Cole can really afford to just like do some apartments military network turns, but it looks like he is going to go to Tokyo Bay and uncover it with Cable Crusher. Also not bad here. It is going to trigger Meet with Ruin. So Rat Noise will be able to pick whatever card he likes here. And now we're going to see Cole do the Cable Crusher move, get War Greymon out of the way. And the fate will be... Well, honestly, that's just going to be -1 on Kaneshiro. Not a very powerful fate, but also any amount of power loss on a palace, or strength loss on a palace ruler is annoying for Yaldabaoth to deal with. Then we're going to see a Sumamon shuffle on that multiplication. And then all he's got left is discarding. But it looks like he's going to keep what he's got in his hand. He might already have Caramon. Going to see the game 3 over at Mementos. Is he just going to do a Kaneshiro move here? What shall this Rat Noise World Eater do? I wonder. He's thinking pretty hard about that. He's going to do some discarding. Not going for another Ray of Control's kill on Joker. Words. I think I said Cole's name there. It would again be very easy to block, so I don't blame him for not going for it. Is he going to move Kaneshiro and go down to 0 power here to get Kaneshiro closer and up to 7? It looks like he is. Oh, he's thinking about it. I feel like Kaneshiro is one of the roughest of them to use because Yaldabaoth cares about power so much. He can do so many like fancy Velvet Room turns if he just has the power for it. So Kaneshiro eating away at that power can be really difficult to deal with. He's probably my second least favorite to use out of the Palace Rulers. The one that I like using the least is Psy because I don't like RNG. the random aspect of Psy pulling allies or not. Although you can set up Psy pretty well if you try and set your deck for it a little. Yeah, Rat Noise is thinking hard about it. In the end, he's not going to move Kaneshiro and lose the power. He's going to keep the power. He probably wants to be able to go to Palaces and still be able to play a card and then move Kaneshiro. We're going to see Cole just head back over to Apartments. Got a lot of power going on. Very light territory right now as well. Rat Noise plays a very progress aggressive, I'm going to say, Yaldabaoth. He goes to Velvet Room and Mementos a lot more than I'm used to seeing, which is leading to Diaboromon having less fates on him, which is letting Cole get some crazier turns going. I really do think that Yaldabaoth just doesn't love this matchup because what Yaldabaoth really wants to do is kind of what Rat Noise is doing, going to like Mementos and Velvet Room a little more often, mainly Mementos, to get some more power gain and some more progress. But Rat Noise is not taking those off turns at Prison of Regression very much, which is leading him to a couple of low power turns, which he's made work pretty well with his Velvet Room turns regardless, I must say. But the main thing is not only are his Velvet Room turns a little less robust because he's a little lower on power than the average Yaldabaoth game from my experience, he's also not getting more consistent fates onto his opponent. And Diaboromon, especially not getting heavy fated early game, can really get away with some nonsense when he's not having to struggle against an early deluge of fates. And almost like Rat Noise can hear me again, he is going to head over to Prison and get some power in a play. So I don't think there's anyone in here to target with Brave Resolve. We're probably just going to see Omnimon onto Tokyo Bay. No mass clone targets, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And that will be Rat Noise's turn. Cole is going to go to Internet here, probably just ditch a basic data to gain 3 here. And then maybe we'll see a premium data thrown down at Military Network for a big swing turn. Those big gain 8 power turns that Diaboromon loves to do. Indeed, that is what we're going to see. Then we're going to get a Fate. Probably just Fox at Palaces, to be honest. Normally, Diaboromon does not care about Fate pressure, But honestly, with the position that Cole is in right now, especially with this premium data setup, I would cover palaces. Cover palaces and then just really rush. There's going to be a -1 from Imposter onto Fox. Just move Kaneshiro over, which is more annoying to deal with. And that will be Cole's turn, it seems, right? Yep. Back over to Rat Noise. Probably a Memento's turn. Move Kaneshiro back, get a little extra strength, discard and play something. Is what I would expect. He's actually going to go to the Velvet Room this turn. Okay, let's see what this Velvet Room turn entails. He's going to throw down a Meet with Ruin. Oh, I think he was going to sacrifice Kaneshiro for a different Palace Ruler, but he's short an ally. He's going to get Obarion out first, realizing that he's short that one. Switching out Kaneshiro for Kamoshida, maybe? Kamoshida, start moving him into, with Fox and Joker out. Oh, he's going to try and get back Holy Grail. I don't think he has enough time left in this game to draw Holy Grail and get much use out of it, to be honest. He's debating shuffling back in Rays of Control. Oh, I think he just accidentally grabbed Rays of Control when he meant to grab Agathion, actually. So we're going to see the activate on Compendium to play out all three of these allies. Nagaraja, Pixie, and Agathion are all very good for fusing. Those are, like, the ideal ones you want to see. I'm curious if he is still going to give up Kaneshiro here. Kaneshiro is all the way at the Velvet Room and only has +1 strength, so it's not like he's in a crazy good position. This is another game where it looks like Rat Noise is not going to get Caroline out, which is definitely hurting him. Oh, this looks like we're setting up for an Okumura crawl. Could see Okumura showing up here. I'd probably use Nagaraja and Agathion, to be honest, but I could for the fusing. Oh, he's going to get rid of Kaneshiro, actually, and okay. He is just going to give up Kaneshiro, and he's going to super juice Okumura. So he'll gain a power from the fusion, and then he'll gain a strength from killing Pixie, and then move into Obarion and get another one on Okumura, and then Okumura will be set up to get to 8 easily by moving to Agathion next turn. And that'll do that. I imagine we're just going to see a really strong military network turn from Cole here. Go to the premium data, get 8 power, play out whatever items or maybe countdown schemes that that he has. Really, going to apartments. Interesting. Interesting. Still great power gain, 2 play cards. Maybe he really wants to discard this turn. He might not have Infamon in hand yet. Oh, is Infamon in his discard pile, actually? Did I miss an earlier Infamon discard? No, he's putting back in Cable Crusher. I mean, it threatens getting Tokyo Bay open again, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really think he needs to be opening Tokyo Bay right now. With only 1 Palace Ruler out and only at 7 with 2 locations covered, I think Cole is still just in a good position to really rush his objective here. I just think that if he puts a lot of effort on that, then he can definitely outrun Yaldabaoth at this point of the game. We're going to see a Catastrophe Cannon used for... Oh, no, he discarded the Catastrophe Cannon and played Mass Clones. I see. I was about to say, he doesn't have any play cards with that Catastrophe. Going over to Prison of Regression, getting a little bit of power up and going for a Fate, the Yaldabaoth Classic. Data Overload and Deletion. I would probably delete the premium data. Mostly because the Data Overload turn words is not going to be great here moving into Tokyo Bay. Because there are good odds that Cole has a Cable Crusher. Maybe not good odds. But odds, to be sure. Honestly, I don't know what Cole's hand looks like if he has a lot of cards to play or not, but we could still see a strong military network turn here. I definitely think he made a little bit of a flub not getting that premium data when he had the opportunity, but he can still get a very strong military network turn here. Are we going to see he's going to throw out another premium data. Setting it up once again, and then gaining 2, and then throwing out a Mass Clone and a Mass Clone. Omnimon is already out. Destined Bonding Omnimon probably isn't. I think at least one of them is already in the discard pile. These mass clones are relatively safe because there are much better cards to play on Fates than Destined Bond Omnimon. We're going to see... Oh, Agathion move into Fox and Kill to open palaces. Ah, very neat. And then we're going to see Angemon and Angemon. Honestly, Angemon into Internet to move Kabuterimon to the premium data and move War Greymon. Well, no, you probably don't want to move the premium data. Or move Kabuterimon to the premium data because Cole can easily fix that with some control orb shenanigans. But Angemon is also good, could be very strong in the Infamon phase as usual, and puts the premium data at Kabuterimon. Again, this is a pretty easy fix for Cole, but now Military Network is way weaker. The premium data at Military Network isn't even as strong as it was. And I believe Rat Noise still has a play card action. Are we going to see a Raise? We're going to see an Akechi, actually. Can't do the Vanquish because I already did the Vanquish on Agathion, unfortunately, but Akechi and Joker are both at 4, so we could see a kill there. We're going to see Cole go over to Apartments, discard the basic data to shuffle something back in. If he has Infamon, he can actually play it here, and he could even play a basic data as well if he has it in hand. I think he was looking at his options for basic data and decided he didn't want anything shuffled back in. But getting into Infamon here with this many cards in play would be very strong. And we are going to see the Infamon play. Not set up to immediately discard it like he was last game, but very close to being able to discard it. And he's going to be able to go and clash Kabuterimon at Internet next turn and reposition the special data or the premium data. Thinking about discarding that mass clones, deciding to keep it. With a territory this sparse, which is crazy to say when there are 4 heroes out, having the mass clones to quick kill like Omnimon or War Greymon or something can go a long way. What is Rat Noise going to do here? I doubt he has any very strong moves at Mementos. He definitely can't do anything really at Velvet Room with 0 power. It's probably going to be... He is going to go to Mementos. I was going to say he's probably just going to try and pick up some power at Prison, but he must have something decent to do. Oh, he's going to get the Cup out to try and restock some power. Try and restock some power. Go ahead and move Okumura a bit closer. So now he can get a little extra power gain going while he goes to Prison and maybe even Palaces down the line. We are going to see Cole go over to Special Data, which is going to trigger Meet with Ruin. So Rat Noise is going to pick one of these final 3 cards, which honestly isn't great for Rat Noise. He doesn't want to reshuffle until he can get some power from Holy Grail and like Prison and Mementos to take a strong Velvet Room turn before the reshuffle. We're going to see Cole use Infamon to discard the premium data and play it over to Military Network. Doesn't get the ability off of it because of Kabuterimon, so he's not going to be able to set up getting out of Infamon here unless he has a basic data. Best boy or best girl? Hard pick. Well, best boy is right here already, but Skull, he's a bro. Best bro. Just going to throw Skull onto Palaces. It is going to be a little more power gain for Rat Noise, but it stops a strong Palace's turn where he can use the Top Fate and defeat Joker with Akechi because he really wants to get this Akechi kill on Joker. And then we will see the clash on Kabuterimon. We're going to see Rat Noise go over and get some Holy Grail and Prison of Regression power and just go for a Fate to try and slow down. But Paladin mode isn't out yet, I just realized. Another Paladin mode with 0 power. Very unfortunate timing on the Paladin modes for Rat Noise, that it's in the last game and this one that it's just not hitting. He was trying to search, but it's just 1 card, so you can't search it. That's funny. Yeah, honestly, I'd just throw Imperial Dramon on Apartments here. Double covering Tokyo to try and keep him from opening up Tokyo at this point is fine because you don't want to be getting faded a lot. But also, I was about to say, Cole really just wants to go to Apartments and gain power. He doesn't really gain much of anything from unlocking Tokyo Bay at this point. We're going to see him throw down a special data. Presumably either going to use Control Orb to move a mass clone in position or just throw. We're actually going to see Multiplication to play out a basic data for 1. And then presumably something that sets up the Diaboromon get here, because unless Rat Noise wants to give up Okumura, which he absolutely does not want to do, he is fate locked. So this would essentially be... Oh, okay. He had another card to play to get it. So he has it set up, and now he's set up for quicker Omnimon kills. Okay, I see. Yeah, this, despite getting to go first this time, I think that this Yaldabaoth game, unfortunately, has not gone as well for Ratnoise. He hasn't been able to pull off those, low power but succinct Velvet Room turns he had last game. And also, I think this has been a better Diaboromon shuffle as well for Cole. Cole got that immediate Sumamon, which really, getting Sumamon in, like, the first 2 turns is very strong for Diaboromon. Oh, we finally see Caroline. She's finally made it here. Ratnoise is taking a look to see who he's going to compendium out here. Could throw Cerberus into that Akechi kill on Joker, get Joker out of there. Wouldn't be bad at all. Throw another ally that you don't mind getting strength minus at Prison of Regression, so that Okumura can make use of him. Just 4? I don't know if he has any others in the discard he can use. I don't remember, honestly. I think that Ratnoise has had quite unfortunate ordering of drawing his allies. I think a little bit in last game, too, but especially in this game. It has been a little rough for him, I think, because we have not been seeing him really get... But he also was having those smaller Velvet Room turns where he didn't have a ton of power, so he might just have not been able to play them, and I'm misremembering a bit. Oh, does he have more allies in there that he's deciding to play out? Oh, he's using Obyron to shuffle in a Chaotic Ambition. Yeah. Cerberus kill on Joker. Yep, Cerberus plus Akechi to get rid of Joker. Open back up Prison of Regression, which he's definitely going to be needing. And we'll see the Agathion Nagaraja fuse. So it's going to be Kamoshida, who's going to get 2 strength, and Ratnoise is going to get a power back. And then Nagaraja is going to let him move Kamoshida directly into Skull to get another one up on Kamoshida. So he's going to very quickly build up Kamoshida here. Oh, what the heck? Why isn't my chat box turned off? Why isn't my chat box turned off? My bad. And then, what costs 2 that he's playing? Oh, he's playing Rongda and another ally? Ooh, Kopatengu, and then immediate Okumura into Kopatengu? I'm gonna move Kamoshida, actually. Okay. Might want to leave Kopatengu on the board until the reshuffle here, to get him immediately into the discard again. And then this is going to be Diaboromon for Cole here. So you can very easily go punch War Greymon at Internet. Or you could actually go to Military Network, and if this is Catastrophe Cannon, he could Catastrophe with the premium data and blow up War Greymon and punch Angelomon, gain a bunch of power all in the same turn. I have no idea what that last card is, but I'm assuming it's not Catastrophe Cannon. Is just going to go over to Internet and do another Fate. No reason not to, really, in this situation. You could play the cat and move him to Prison of Regression, but I was about to say I'd probably just all-out attack. Ooh, that is some very loud thunder I just heard. Did I closed or I didn't close Discord in my browser tab? I'm so sorry. That's my Discord notification. I'm so off my game on that. I'm so used to streamer mode turning on, but it's not turning on with my recording software. It's so annoying that it's just, sometimes it does. It did for the game I recorded earlier today, but it didn't for this game, and it's so frustrating. We're going to see Cole just throw out a countdown. If it happens to trigger, that'll be an easy, like, premium data for him. He's going to use Control Orb to move over mass clones. And then, forget to Clash War Greymon. One of the classics. I think he immediately realized that he forgot to Clash War Greymon. Whoopsie. Sometimes it'd be that way. He very much realized that he forgot to clash before doing his thing, and he's wigging out over it. I don't think it's going to cost him the game or anything, but it is very funny. Shout out to Cole and Doc, both for getting to clash his Diaboromon. Although Doc forgot to clash while in the Infamon phase. I think not clashing during the Diaboromon phase might be a little bit worse, just a smidge worse. I'll leave it up to you viewers to decide. We're going to see Sai here, so we're going to go gambling, ladies and gentlemen. A full reshuffle here. It's going to be about even on allies and not allies. Here we go. Oh, I didn't get it. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Gonna try and move her and go for more luck on it, or just, like, get Okumura over. Take out Kopatengu now that he'll be in the discard. Gonna see a Suki play. Does he have another ally in hand? He's gonna move Okumura back into Suki. Interesting. And that'll be that turn. Well, not going to be able to get that mass clone kill on Omnimon here because Wargreymon is still out. That's so funny. Discard the Cable Crusher to move over basic data. Has very easy access to Catastrophe Cannons now, which I imagine is what we're going to see to kill Angelwomon here. Go ahead and get her out. Indeed we are, and then shuffle it right back in with that same basic data. Then just discarding a bunch of cards, wants to draw into more Catastrophe Cannons and whatnot. Alright, Rat Noise, what we got here? Probably going to be a Prison of Regression turn. He doesn't have Shido out right now. A hard play Shido, especially with no Joker around at the moment, could be an option. I don't know, throwing out another body definitely isn't bad. Could just throw it at Military Network. Delete the premium data isn't very bad either, but it's not great. I'm actually realizing it is very possible that Cole could have game on board here, but now without that premium data, I don't think he does anymore. We're going to see a Chaotic Ambition. I think Rat Noise is regretting the way he did Okumura earlier. It would have been better to move Okumura into the Kopatengu, and then you could have Chaotic Okumura back into the Suki on, like, this turn. He's actually going to Chaotic Ambition Skull, which is going to trigger Kamoshida twice. Or not trigger him twice, but give him 2 strength and trigger him once, so Skull gets +1. So, quite a strong Kamoshida, but also a strong Skull. You see a basic data. Oh, that basic data means this might still be game. Yeah, I think this is going to be game if Armageddon is in hand. That's going to be a Catastrophe to blow up Wargreymon, and then do a Vanquish on Omnimon. Do you have Armageddon in hand? It looks like it, so that is going to be game here. Yep. Indeed it will be. Unfortunate for Rat Noise, but that will be the game with Cole winning his Diaboromon yet again. I think that Rat Noise, unfortunately, just couldn't outpace Diaboromon slow and steady here, because, as I said earlier, Yaldabaoth is quite a slow villain. So, not being able to really boost ahead and get some early fate pressure on Diaboromon just made it where Diaboromon could kind of coast to a relatively easy late game. But still, great games. I definitely was not expecting, props where it's due, I was not expecting to see Rat Noise, who, as I said earlier, is new to the community and all, has only been in the Annabelle community for a few months, I think, to be pulling out Yaldabaoth, who is a very complex character in Tournament Arc. So a lot of respect for that. Rat Noise, thanks for playing this year. Hope to see you again in future competitions, man. Good to have you in the community. And congrats to Cole for winning his round 1 game and moving on to round 2. Let's go take a look at the bracket and see how that shook out. So with that, we will see Cole moving on into round 2. Ratnoise unfortunately knocked out. Great showing to show up in the community like a month or two ago, I think, and get straight into the top 16, though. Definitely look forward to seeing more from Ratnoise in the future as he has even more time to learn and play the game more, so very exciting on that. But Cole will be winning this time and moving on to round 2. Well done, Cole. Congrats. We don't know who your opponent is yet. It's going to be either Quantum or Never. We'll be seeing their game very soon as we are down to the final 2 of round 1. We're going to be getting to round 2 before we know it. Very, very exciting, but we have 2 more round 1 games first, and we'll be seeing those very soon indeed. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the links in the description and all that. Join the Annaville Discord server. Come chat with all the people there and get into the game. It's very fun. And we will catch you next time for more Tournament Arc 2025. Until then, farewell.